All opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed through this podcast are solely the author's own perspective and do not necessarily represent the views or opinions of VTS, the Noir Collective, or any other entity that VTS is associated with. Any content provided by authors on this podcast, including our guests, are their own opinion and are in no way intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. VTS's podcast is not to be viewed as a news source. While we consistently discuss current events and cite sources that are both conventional and unconventional media, once again the views and perspectives addressed are the opinions of the author. While we continuously strive for accuracy and a depth of knowledge, we can and will be incorrect at times, as any transparent individual or organization will have to admit to.
Ooh, these lights is bright. Hey, see.
Hey, Brian, you know what? That's so sweet.
Thank you, boo.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the VTS podcast.
What's this podcast, you say?
I got this. This podcast is the Safety and Protection Podcast presented by Biotechnical Solutions in the Noir Collective. I appreciate the clarification. All right. My name is M. This is the Queen. This is D. We have a very engaging episode in store for you today, and we're looking forward to seeing you join us inside this podcast community.
If you would like more information on safety protection or overall education, check us out at btsprotect.com or on all social media at btsprotect.
Awesome. You can also check us out at TH3 Noir Collective on your social media platforms. Y'all ready? Yeah.
Let's get it.
Just the energy around it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what could bring about that type of situation. Mm-hmm. And then, since we're asking the question, like, how do, like, since we're talking about protection and safety and, you know, like, what steps could a civilian or person take, like, if they find themselves in a situation? So we kind of had a dialogue around that. We talked about a lot of other stuff in between it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know what I'm saying? When you just, you're a bystander, right? And you just kicking it, you're at a spot. Y'all, you know, oh shit, here's some shit, and just started breaking out like what should be the course of action. And so we kind of, you know, just talked about that, which was cool. So we had some honest conversation around that, like thinking back when we was younger, like how we would like run towards it, like because it's dangerous. Like, oh shit, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And as you get a little more, a little older, a little wiser, more shit to lose, you be like, shit, they acting up. Like, I'm about to go ahead. You know what I'm saying? We even talked about just even before, like, all right, where we going? Like, where it's at? Like, figuring out what type of our folks gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Not to sound like a classist thing, but you know what I mean? Like, just, where's that? Oh, shit, all right. Let me be mentally prepared for some, it might be some extracurriculars and shit. Right, as opposed to if you about to go to a, you know,
keep my head on the street.
Yeah. Right. So we was talking about that earlier. I was thinking though, like, about how substances play into that shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get the, you know, drinking, you know what I'm saying, smoke, whatever, because they do some other shit these days. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they did other, throughout history they did other shit, but you know, it's just like, they cool with it now. Like, oh yeah, I pop. You know, so I do this. Yeah, you pop pills. Are you cool with that?
Like,
But
badge of honor.
Badge of honor. But then just thinking about, we ain't touch on this. Like, just the communities that a lot of us come from, right? Just that internal trauma. We talk about it, but you know what I'm saying, that trauma that builds up, right? And then it never gets addressed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we talked about that, I guess, a little bit. Like, so now you become a, you know, 18, 17, 18. I felt like couldn't be touched, nigga. Like, it's just, that's just how you live at that age. Like, nigga, you know, I'm in Michigan, nigga, we doing wheelies on the car in the snow and ice. Like, niggas is like, bro, that is dangerous. Yeah. Like, for real, as an adult, like, that's super dangerous. But now we out there, like, niggas out there standing, you know what I'm saying? Scrapping in the middle of the eye. Anyway, that's just what we did. So when you're young, you got that energy, you know what I'm saying? And so you mix that with
Trauma.
Lack of I don't give a fuck about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't give a fuck about myself, I damn sure don't give a fuck about you.
Mm-hmm.
So excuse my language, elders.
Speaking of which, why not take this opportunity to ask the elders for your permission to speak freely, so we can speak our whole truth and nothing but that truth. That is what you asked for from the VTS community anyway. That's the reason you're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? See, while we're including you, thank you for joining us. This is the Spodcast community. If you are with us now, that means that you are here to talk about some firearms education. You're going to see somebody here special. You know I am M. You know the Queen. You know Brother D. But you're going to see a special guest. Yes. This special guest is one of VTS, or Vital Tactical Solutions, master trainers, Dante.
Dante!
Yeah.
It's a felicitation ceremony.
It ain't gonna be too many things that this brother here does not understand when it comes to our mindset, and especially when it comes to training. That's the reason he is, in fact, one of our master trainers. But like we tell you all the time, we always include everybody that's involved with the VTS community just to sit down and have conversations about the things. So what you may, have seen, may not have seen, based on what your level of membership is. Brother Dante was talking about a question that went specifically to a previous episode that we had prepared for you guys to drop soon. I don't know when that's going to drop.
We know.
But he had kind of made mention to the same reference, and then that kind of bled into what you just, may have heard Brother D here mentioning as far as that connection. He was kind of bringing him on board on what we spoke about on that episode. But, thank you for joining us. But you already know how this runs, so let's just go into it. Brother Dante, how you doing, man? Let the people know how you doing,
I'm actually super splendiferous.
You good.
Now, okay. All right, now, I know what that means. We know what that means, right? We talk to you every day. The people don't. They don't understand this. So, no, just let them know who you are, bro. Just, just introduce yourself.
I'm amazing. No, say it. That's I'm amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to be here. I am somebody that likes to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get an opportunity to speak, I speak.
Don't speak to my truth.
When you look at us, you don't gotta look at us. The camera don't matter.
Yeah.
Because we just about to chop it up.
Yeah.
I have a question though.
Yes.
Since you were a master trainer, tell us what type of student you like. How do you work with your students? If not, maybe I shouldn't call them students, but what do we?
Tacticians in training.
Tacticians in training. How? When they come, what type of student do you like working with, and then what's your education style when you have a tactician in training? That was two part of my bad.
Let me take a sip of my tea for you.
Basically the student is the person that is there to learn something.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody in there that's just there because they think it sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Say, oh, I shoot guys out to class.
Right.
They're going out there somewhere. I don't want you here. You're not really learning. You're not paying attention. You're just there so you can say you went.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay. Yeah. That's like
Waste time.
Yeah. That's not an easy teacher.
I gotta say I was not prepared for the question, but then I have to say on top of that, I was more not prepared for that response. He dropped the gym right there. I like that.
Well,
Damn.
Well,
I like that.
When you do have the right student tactician, how do you engage with them then? Like what's your style? Are you walking them through every step of the way, or you kind of just giving them the concept and letting them try to explore that? Or is it do we have to be rigid because it's specifically working with protection of firearms?
You don't have to be rigid.
Yeah.
We have a curriculum that we actually teach.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of freewheeling with the curriculum.
Yeah.
And to explain freewheeling, I'm going to hit every part, but my approach is going to be based off the vibe of my students.
Okay.
So if I know that I have a class full of people that I got to really pound into for them to get it,
then that's what you're going to do. You're going to be on top. Okay. Yeah.
if I know I can bring the topic and then I got those I call them questionnaires. They're going to question every word you say. I can just bring the topic, let the questions come, and address. And then, I act out basically the proper way of what I'm saying.
Cool. It's dope. It's dope. I like to. Oh, go ahead.
Do you, in having that approach to it then, and this is more just to show, I guess, the people a little bit more about your engagement of self, right? And of course, these conversations we talk about all the time. But is there a fail-safe you have in place that protects you from letting one of those infractioners slip through the cracks? You know, we speak about the leniency in the curriculum and let it kind of be based on the vibe of your clientele at that time or that group, right? Is there some sort of fail-safe that you have in place to protect you and to protect that person? Because ultimately, that's all you're trying to do. Keep them from hurting themselves, right? So is there a fail-safe that you would feel would be in place? I ask the question because, again, let's just jump down the rabbit hole. If I'm a person who has pride and ego and I say, oh, well, I'm going to do what I got to do to get into class because I still want to learn the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But the question comes into that fail-safe. Is there something in place for you to be able to see that or to be able to filter through to catch them?
For them to be able to actually complete the curriculum and pass that exam, they had to be actively participating in the learning. If they don't actually participate in the learning, they're not going to know what they need to know to get past that test anyway.
Wait. So what I heard was the exam. Oh, and I heard actively engaged in the curriculum throughout. Okay. I don't know if the people knew that about it. I don't know if they knew that about the training. I don't know that. If you don't know, that's a good question.
No, that's good. That's why, it's good questions because people want to know.
Exactly.
Maybe what type of instructor they'll get. You know what I mean? Especially
that's a good answer
a person like me who is the least experienced with proper firearm training.
I don't know why he keeps saying that. But he gonna be like, oh, but it's because y'all.
I'm proper, right?
Like, what's the rhyme? Y'all.
I got my people, so I'm good. We good, right? That's funny, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you answering that question. I think it's important for you to know, what type of instructors will I get? You know what I'm saying? What's their style? Certain people need more hands-on. Some people need they good. They just, this is the material they got. They don't execute it. Some people just learn like that. You just gotta.
So see, that person would probably be more inclined to take a refresher course and not the actual full course.
Yeah, just the
positive refresher course, they still got to take an exam to show that they qualify to take
the
refresher course.
Okay.
And if not, then they have to go sign up for the full course.
Full course, because you didn't pass. You said you got these skills.
Show me.
I'm saying right now, they signed up for that refresher course, and they put this weapon up, and then they turn it like that. Weapon down, please exit the ring.
I can't shoot it like that. I mean, I can't.
Weapon down.
You know what I'm saying? They be talking
Weapon down.
throwing the bullets out.
The range.
What's wrong with that? Everybody, get him.
Get him now. He's like, no, we finna have to take him down. No, we gotta take him down. What are you doing?
Shoot everybody. How do y'all? So I always thought about this. And maybe this is we say this for another this
Ask it
for
now.
another show. Like that's a lot of responsibility. Like when you have a weapon, man.
Without a doubt.
In my head, like you know what I'm saying. Like, but we so numb to it. Like, another cat got shot, and I know. I'm sure a lot of it, especially the killers that we see in we talking about the inner cities, our cities, you know, where we grew up a lot. I'm sure, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna just say it, and I could be wrong because I had y'all here to correct me, but I feel like most of the cats that grew up in a lot of spots that we come from, they don't have any gun training programs out there. It's like you get the gun when you find it when you're young, and now you go out, you practice some shooting and shit, and now you know what I'm saying, you hit people. So just talk to me about like how y'all feel about like just that aspect, the responsibility of really being a gun owner. Like talk to me about how y'all feel about that. Like what is the responsibility of what should be the responsibility of a gun owner? You know what I'm saying? When he's out here.
Should be.
So I want to
However y'all want to
first address of why we don't have those gun schools. Because that's one of those learned behaviors that was based on fear. People didn't take the time to learn, or at least our ancestors didn't take the time to learn the proper usage. They were made to be fearful of those weapons. So now they chose not to pass any knowledge they did have about firearms. Firearms became taboo. So we don't teach our kids about it. So that's why a lot of times when you see people that would hit stray bullets, it was a black kid that did it.
Shot the gun.
In other communities, they take their kids hunting at 7, 8 years old. They even have junior rifles that are made for a child to hold to go hunting with. They have their own rifles, everything.
Yeah.
Marksmanship, all this. They taught at 5, 6, 7 years old so they can hold the weapon.
Right.
And you see when something breaks out, they taking out 10 or 12 people because they're picking people off and they what they were doing. They weren't up there doing this. Just
Or pose.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't look.
Turn the head.
Turn your head.
shoot and close your eyes.
Oh man, put that down. Stop.
Weapon down is the range.
What's the point of that, bro? About to hear.
I might draw down on you.
But yeah, okay.
But that's where that goes. The responsibility comes in, first off, you're taking a step to learn what to properly do. Learn how to properly carry, how to properly care for it. When you should use it, when you shouldn't use it. That's the first step in the responsibility. So if you're coming to do that, then you committed the first and completed the first step of responsibility being worked on.
So if you would allow for me to then just take all of that, right, and just let me take the bigger picture, right? You know, allow me to expound and just kind of, because yes, that is the inception of, bro, master trainer, right? People, you can't request, you know what I'm saying, instructors, but, you know, we got two of the best trainers that I think this side of Mississippi. And the other side too. The world, you know? But man, that was dope.
Yeah.
Such good articulation because I can't even add nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? So that let's put that at the core, right? And then let's wrap that in the philosophy that we speak of, injection of love. Right? What does the love look like? The love looks like the responsibility taken upon self through love of self, right? Through love of self to say, I'm gonna make sure I'm accurately educated in all the aspects of this.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna make sure that my community is also well educated. So just like we say all the time, what I know, y'all know.
Mhm.
So I don't have to be worried about if something happens, who's going to react to it or how y'all are gonna react. Or the thing that really is the truth that we don't talk about is the trauma that people have experienced that make them feel or act a certain way when firearms or some kind of conflict that has a high level violence threat to it.
Yeah.
What makes people react a certain way based on their trauma.
Or lack of just experience, because I feel like maybe so trauma, yes, definitely, like Dee was talking about growing up in the inner cities, you know, you see a lot of stuff, so there could definitely be a lot of trauma associated with it. But you got the flip side, growing up in the suburbs, like you ain't got no experience, so when you see it, you like that shit is a shocking to somebody to see. And be in a situation like that, never having it, and I got a gun, what I'm supposed to do? You panic. You panic because you haven't been exposed to it. You have no training around it, so you don't really know what to do. You know what it's supposed to do, but reacting in that way, being in the moment, you gonna panic. You're going to panic. There's no way. Unless you have trained for it mentally, not having experienced it, you don't panic.
Right.
Man, facts.
And that's how you mess up.
Right. That's like when I got.
That's the damn signature on the whole thing right there.
No, that's real. That's fine.
No, that's what that is the statement. Like, yes, this is package.
Panic.
This is your package, right? Yes. Amen to that.
Like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
So that's real though. I mean, I think that's all. What I'm hearing is that, you know what I'm saying, we have a responsibility as a weapons owner. But I think in addition, not even but in addition to that, like there is a responsibility that we should train our children and not to be fearful of this tool. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not raising you to go out and make chop mold cats down and going down the streets like I'm going.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're training you to be so you can understand. If you're a hunter, how to position that, or if you know, in the protection of your family, your life, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to, because I think it'll help too, right? Because I think a lot more people, if we had that training, maybe some of the situations where we react would be different.
Yeah.
What's crazy is how you were speaking of the children and like them being educated. Man, that's a rabbit hole, right? But just staying at the base level. How the fact, I believe there's a conversation that Dante and I was having. This was a while back about how it was some astronomical percentage, like 98% of kids under this certain age first experience with firearms was through like a video game where they were shooting something, like causing death.
Oh, like young people.
Yeah. And it was like under the third grade or some shit like that.
Grand Theft Auto.
Correct me of what I'm saying is.
Sound about it, because I remember saying like my first time, or the first gun I ever shot was Duck Hunt on Nintendo.
Right in front of the screen.
Gun touching the screen.
Yeah.
If the gun had a razor, I would have cut that screen off.
I would stand at the distance, but if I'm shooting it and it's not picking it up, I think that's close until that door died. But that's the first gun I ever shot. And I didn't have full of guns when I grew up. My mom kept a 38 special on the front seat of her car.
As they needed.
In the South.
She always explained in the South. She said to that one day, she said, baby, this is not for you. You don't touch this. This is what Granny helped you to keep her safe. She said, can't nobody touch this but Granny. And she explained how that little projectile can come out and put a hole in me and take me to heaven.
So
I knew when I saw that, not touching that. That's gonna bother me if I touch it because I don't know what I'm doing. She explained that she knew what to do with it, so she needed to. I didn't, and since I did it, that's gonna hurt me. So don't just get the idea to pick it up one day and play with it. It's not a toy.
I'm with that, and that is a blessing that happened. You know what I'm saying? But as I guess, let me ask the question then. Let me not try to impose. Right? Well, I'm not an influencer. How do you all feel about the scenario in which we were just described? How you were educated on firearms? It was a basic education, but it was an education that was pushed forward, right? That compared to what happens typically.
They go find mom and dad's gun in a shoebox or something, and they pick it up and like, "Ooh, what's this? Oh, I saw a man on TV with one of these, and he was doing this, and he was doing
bang,
this.
Bang, bang.
And I wonder what, boom. Because when they had the hand finger on the trigger, they turn around and look down there, squeeze, kid gone, playing up mom and dad's handgun, because they chose out of fear of that kid knowing they had one, knowing what it is and what it does. As opposed to just telling them what it is and what it does, so when they see it, they won't be curious and try and figure it out for themselves.
And what's is so bad that our culture has conditioned. Now you had just mentioned this earlier about like that taboo effect of not talking about it, because so it like none of the knowledge is passed on. And how on the extreme side of that pendulum, you have the scenario where they are starkly aggressive in making you afraid of it. Don't you touch no damn gun. Like, if you touch that gun, I'm gonna beat your ass. And like, because of the people who don't know how to communicate, right?
It sounds like a rap verse.
But it's facts though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You right. It's just, you touch that gun, I'm gonna beat your ass. Beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Touch that gun. Oh, right.
That's what it is.
Put that beat on. That shit up.
There you have it.
Good man. You know what we doing? You know how it be when we get this man over here finna send a text message to 1 trillion track. Hey man, I got a new track for you.
Hey, so what you got for this?
Weapons deactivated.